It's known as the Versailles of the jungle, and it was built by Mobutu Sese Seko to be his personal palace. 25 years after his downfall, all that remains are these ruins in Kawele, in the northwest of the Democratic Republic of Congo. In that time, they have witnessed 2 civil wars.
If the palace is in this state, it's because the crisis is in full swing in the country. If there was no crisis in the country, the late Marshal's house would not be in such a state of disrepair. It is accessible in several places, so thieves come from everywhere, from Wamba, from Ngoloma, to loot it.
It's hard now to imagine it in its former glory, when dignitaries from around the world were received here by the former president. For 32 years, he ruled with an iron fist and, according to some estimates, amassed as much as $5 billion in personal wealth while in office. Today, though, little remains that speaks to his stronghold over the town of Gbadolite, save for this bust in front of the town hall. But in the minds of the locals, his memory still looms large. There's a sense of nostalgia.
I was told that President Mobutu did not allow the use of the telephone, but the country was doing quite well. Our parents were working, money was flowing. It helped to bring us up.
Though Mobutu headed up an authoritarian regime, many here seem to accept his sometimes punishing rule, the price to pay for a strong and united nation.
It was a dictatorship which has its bad sides, but which also has its good sides. It helped us so that the country in its time evolved well, although there was the dictatorship. But now that there is democracy, I think that we have taken a step backwards, because there is no respect for the authorities, for the state.
According to some, the Mobutu dictatorship also provided security against external threats.
President Mobutu defended national unity. We have 9 neighbours. No neighbour has ever dared to take a single part of our territory, as you can see today.
On the 17th of May 1997, Mobutu was overthrown by a rebellion led by Laurent Désiré Kabila. The ousted president died of cancer 4 months later, in Morocco, where he is buried. His first wife and several of his children are buried here in Gbadolite. Their graves were desecrated. Their remains are now interred in a cemetery nearby.